Welcome to Davi-tech-media, the media that shares news, trending videos, political news, gospel music, as well as entertainment. I'm your host and producer, Lungu David. I'm here to update you with news, trending videos, political news, gospel music, as well as entertainment. Join me. If you are joining me for the first time, click the subscription button and hit that notification bell to be the first person to receive the video that will be produced and posted by Davi-tech-media. Davi-tech-media, updating you.
Squadron and now Deputy Air Force Commander and Chief of Staff. You have undertaken many military courses during your service career.
Some sportsmen and women who come from, very challenging families and situations, but because of the talent, the talent is tapped and nurtured, and they find themselves representing the country at national level. Sure.
But also, getting back to the program, I know that for the fact that you're going to have the march past. Tell us what is going to be involved in this procession, during this program, the march past. Yeah, there will be troops, of course, who march past, who participate in the march. They will pass through the saluting dais where His Excellency the Republican President and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Force he will take the salute. After the troops, the men and women have passed, there will be equipment, military armament from different corps, both from the Zambia Air Force and Zambia ZNS. Again, as they will be passing, His Excellency the Republican President will be taking a salute and just appreciate what he has done for us. Yeah, just to physically look at some of the equipment that we may use. All right.
Yeah, in case of any eventuality. Yeah, so we are very happy that the Zambian people have continued to support us as a defense force. Yeah. So
once again, you're watching live proceedings, live pictures of the 45th edition of the Defense Force Day here at the Freedom Statue on your national broadcaster, and we shall be giving you more information with regards to what this day entails and what it means to the men and women in uniform who always put their lives on the line, so to speak, to ensure that safety is guaranteed, peace is guaranteed in the country. One of the most interesting information that you may need to know is that the Zambia Defense Force comprises of the Zambia Army, the Zambia Air Force, and the Zambia National Service. And this day came into being when Zambia Defense Force came under one unified command. And General Kingsley Chinkuli was the first ZNDF commander in 1976. That's some very interesting information, isn't it, when it comes to the history of the defense forces in the country?
Yeah, again, we are happy that Zambia is so blessed. We still have the first Republican president who's alive. Yeah. We still have General Chinkuli, who was the first indigenous commander. Yeah. He's still alive. I've been privileged to talk to him. Yeah. Every time I call him, I ask him, General, how are you? He always responds like, the general is fighting fit.
I remember meeting him at one of these, gyms. Yes. He's always intending to keep himself fit and young. That's very impressive. And like you're saying, he's a man you can get to and have a very decent conversation, isn't it?
Yeah, you can imagine. We are talking of 1976. Yeah. He's still around and going very strong. Very strong. And these are men who have done a lot for this country. The past commanders from him up to where we are, they effectively contributed significantly to the peace that we are enjoying now. I think the commanders that we have at the moment, they've got something to refer to. That from inception, the past commanders, they managed to hold this country together, and all the commanders who followed them, they've done the same. I want to tell you that in most cases, we invite these past commanders to our functions.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, they speak to us and they encourage us and they admonish us. And That's why even to this function, most of them are here. I know that General Chinkuli is here. I know General Sibamba is here. I know General Isaac Shisuzi, they are here. And many past commanders from Zambia Air Force and Zambia National Service, they are here. So in all our programs, we've made it sure that they are close to the Defense Force because they are our parents. And our current commanders enjoy their presence. That's why in most cases we receive directives to invite them to such Defense Force programs. They are a reservoir of military knowledge, so
Absolutely.
we tap from them. When you are doing studies at the university, you are doing a research, you call them, you make an appointment, they will give you the necessary information that you need. They are also involved.
That's General Chinkulu.
That is General Chinkulu.
Looking very young and fit.
The one who's talking, the next one is General Isaac Chisuz. That's General Isaac Chisuz.
So these are like heritage, they're more like heritage to the Defense Force, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, and also I want to believe that they go a long way in motivating and inspiring you who are still serving, in the force, isn't it? We look up to them. These the commanders who served and they're in retirement, they're still around. What makes them to be around is the self-discipline. Sometimes you ask them, General, you are around. What has made you to be around? Then he will tell you it's personal discipline. They are also God-fearing people. Mapara there, is it?
No, that one is Lieutenant General Solomon Mumbi.
The one behind, is it?
Yes, that one is General Mapa. He's from the Zambia Air Force. So they are around. So they've kept themselves very safe, and as I was saying, they are a blessing not only to the Zambia Defense Force, but to the country as a whole. Sure.
Great stuff. So we're still witnessing the arrival of the invited guests here at the Defense Force Day at the Freedom Statue. And we shall be giving you more information with regards to what is transpiring here. The president is arriving right now, and he's here to grace this event. He's the guest of honor, as expected. As the commander-in-chief, it's just natural that he comes to grace this very important event. Going forward after this day, what happens to the men and women in uniform, Major Moyo, in terms of motivation going forward?
I want to tell you that we are highly motivated.
All right.
Even just the presence of His Excellency at an event like this one is a motivation to us. Our morale is very high.
All right.
The Defense Force operates on morale. Our morale is very high.
All right.
And with the blessings of His Excellency and our Commander-in-Chief and the rest of the government officials who are around, I want to tell you that we are a very happy Defense Force. We are a very happy Defense Force with our morale is very high, and he's in combat. Yes, he's the commander-in-chief.
Commander-in-chief
of the Defense Force.
All right.
Yeah. And his salute is very good.
It is.
He told us one time that he is very familiar with these military things. He wanted to be actually an officer. An officer.
All right. But I noticed the colors on his combat. The red in the headgear. The red. What does that symbolize?
Yeah, that is for generals.
All
if
right.
you see, there's a red ribbon in all the generals, and there are stars symbolizing the level of authority. For a brigadier general, there's one star.
All
For
right.
a major general, like the deputy commander, there are 2 stars.
Okay.
For the army commander and air force commander and ZNS, there are 3 stars, because that is the level of authority in the defense force. For a full general, is a 4-star general. So that is the ribbon. That is the 21 gun salute fired in honor of the president, the Republican president, Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu, who is the commander Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Force. Those are the unit colors. Those were the Air Force jets, fighter jets. Our skies are very safe.
All right.
Yeah, we are both in the air, on the ground, on the ground and on water. The Zambian space is very safe. It's monitored on daily basis, 24/7. No sleeping. As the parade commander, going to get permission.
What is the significance of this of this moment?
Well, the guard of honor is always mounted in honor, of a dignified person. In this case, we have mounted in honor of the defense of the Republican president and the commander-in-chief of the defense force.
All right.
So is gone to seek permission or to invite the president to inspect the guard of honor.
All right.
So he's now going to inspect the guard of honor. He has to see his troops at a very close range.
All right.
He has to see how their health is. He has to look at them. Yeah.
So they have it. The president, the commander-in-chief, is going to inspect the parade. Is it?
The guard of honor.
The guard of honor.
Yes, mounted by 2 infantry battalion. Now going to bow before the unit colors. Yeah, on those colors, they've got the historical background.
All right.
Those are places the unit fought during the World War II. Yeah, so there are places like where we got the name Arakan, Bama Barracks. Those are places where the unit actually participated during the World War. That is a sacred piece of cloth. You can't touch it. It's only carried by commissioned officers.
Oh, I see. So a civilian cannot touch it.
You can't. Not even the soldiers themselves.
Oh, I see.
It is a sacred thing. Yeah. If any soldier without authority goes and to touch those, he will be instantly fired.
Wow.
Yeah, so
so maybe you can also just share with us the significance of the colors on the uniforms of the soldiers who are wearing these uniforms in this guard of honor.
Yeah, this is a ceremonial uniform.
All right.
Yeah, we wear this during Defense Force ceremonial ceremonies like this one. Of course, we are the green people.
Yeah.
Most of our uniforms have got the green in them. Yeah.
All right.
We've got different uniforms that are used. They are called number 1 dress, Yeah, they are of different. They come in different. What can I say? Some are worn with white shades,
All right.
or green tie, depending on the occasion.
All right.
In this case, this is number one ceremonial, yeah, which is used for guard of honor. Guard of honor.
Well, just in case you're joining us, you're watching the 45th edition of the Defense Force Day here at the Freedom Statue, graced by the President of the Republic of Zambia, the Commander-in-Chief.
Reposition. Move to the left in files. Left! Left! At the home. Left! Move! Quick! March! By the right! Quick! March!
Live pictures coming from the Freedom Statue, where we are witnessing the 45th edition of the Defense Force Day commemoration, and we shall be letting you in on what's going to be happening here in a short while. Major Moa, we're going to witness the march past, isn't it?
Yes, very soon we are going to witness the march past. Both the troops and the equipment will pass through where His Excellency the Republican President saluting Dais is, and they'll go down up to the roundabout, then they go through the ring road.
All right.
Yeah, it's a long march past.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's starting from the Civic Center somewhere around that area, and then they'll go down in Penis Avenue.
Yes.
And then go to the Kafir roundabout. Then
join the ring road.
Join the ring road. All right.
Yes.
So if you're watching right now at home and you want to catch a glimpse of this march past, you stay along the ring road. Maybe you may want to catch a glimpse, but don't forget there's COVID-19. So please just watch on television. All right. And catch every detail of what is happening here at the Freedom Statue, and there's a man who's shouting and issuing instructions. What's the significance of that moment?
The parade commander.
All right.
He's the one in charge of the parade, so he's giving orders. Yeah, whatever he shouts, the troops on parade react to them.
All right.
So he's a very important person, because without him giving instructions and orders to the parade, they wouldn't be uniformed.
All right.
Yeah.
As we commemorate the Defense Force Day, and in quest for the preservation of national peace and security, we come before Thee, O God, from whence our help comes. We acknowledge that in You and by Your guidance, in all these years, Zambia has been a blessed nation. We have seen unity, productivity, and unprecedented development. We are thus determined, in the face of any form of hardship, to overcome. And as a defense force, we pledge to preserve the sovereignty and to defend the territorial integrity of the Republic of Zambia, and also to contribute to the maintenance of world peace. Now, O Lord, as we continue with the commemoration of this special day, we ask You, mighty God, that You may bless us. We ask in the name of Jesus Christ, Your Son. Amen.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zambia and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Force, Mr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu, the Patriotic Front Secretary General, Mr. Davis-Mwila, the Secretary to State Council, the Honorable Deputy Chief Justice, Mr. Michael Msonda, State Council. I have the honor to warmly welcome you all to the 45th Defense Force Day commemoration under the theme, Preservation of National Peace and Security through Patriotism and Loyalty. This event is commemorated annually on 13th June. On this day, we remember the day the command of the three services, namely Zambia Army, Zambia Air Force and Zambia National Service became under one command as a unified command and was called the Zambia National Defense Force in the good year 1976. It must be noted that we later reverted to our separate commands, but we continue to coexist and commemorate this day. This year, we are privileged to be graced by His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zambia and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Force, Mr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu. Your Excellency, we are grateful. I am Major Melody Sombo Sisi, privileged to be the Director of Programs for this auspicious event. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to quickly run through the remaining program of events this morning. Shortly, we will be witnessing a march past of personnel, drive past of equipment, as well as a fly past. Thereafter, we will have speeches. After the speeches, His Excellency will confer medals on the defense chiefs and the deputy defense chiefs. We will then have a closing prayer and the national anthem, and there we will end our program here at the Freedom Statue, and His Excellency will proceed to Zaf Chamba Valley to join the men and women in uniform for a luncheon. Your Excellency, with high morale, we now present to you your troops as they march past, a drive past, and a fly past. Distinguished invited guests, normally when there's such a march past, drive past, as well as a fly past, we expect His Excellency to be upstanding and receive his salute. But for today, due to the long procession, His Excellency will take his seat. Thank you. And all of us will remain seated. Thank you.
We're just about to witness the colorful march past here at the Freedom Statue. You may want to know that the Defense Forces were formed at Zambia's independence on the 24th of October 1964 from a constituent units of the dissolved Federation of Rhodesia and Nyasaland Armed Forces. When you look back at history, what strikes you the most about Zambia's defense forces?
Yeah, I think we've made a lot of achievements because, at independence, we became politically independent and there were a lot of changes. But for some time, the defense force command remained in the hands of the British officers. Until at a time when General Chinkuli was appointed as the first indigenous commander of the defense force. From that time up to now, we can look back and say we've done a lot as a defense force. I must quickly state that you see our existence in the country primarily is to ensure that peace prevails in the country.
All right.
And to come to the aid of the civil authority in times of need, in terms of disasters, in terms of floods. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So those are the military police coming to salute. Yeah, it takes a salute.
All right. Well, we'll let our viewers now enjoy the live pictures coming to you from the Freedom Statue as we witness the 45th edition of the Defense Force Day commemoration here at the Freedom Statue. Enjoy the march past.
We have the Zambia Army, the Zambia Air Force, and the Zambia National Service. And thereafter, we shall have a drive past of the equipment from the three services, running simultaneously with a fly past from the Zambia Air Force. Right now, the troops are approaching her from the Zambia Army, whose command is Lieutenant General my Pambesi of welfare of officers and soldiers. Your Excellency, the troops approaching are being led by the Zambia Army Brass Band.
AB 205, more commonly known as the Huey. The Z9, Your Excellency, is a military utility heli with a number of civil variants. It has a top speed of 150 knots, translated into 300 kilometers per hour, with a maximum range of 1,000 kilometers. The Huey, Your Excellency, is an aircraft that has had a long and distinguished military career, most notably served in Vietnam.
Commanded by Lieutenant Chilokota. And following the third guard is a support weapon. The fourth guard, Your Excellency, is being commanded by one female lieutenant, AJ Alibuzwi.
And now, Your Excellency, if I may draw your attention once again to the Eastern Direction, and has performed its duties diligently and efficiently ever since. May I present to you, Your Excellency, the Alpha Whiskey 139.
Your Excellency, the 9th Guard of the Zambia Army is being commanded by Lieutenant Nkoma. And behind the troops is a weapon
commonly known as the voice of KK, which is known as 75mm anti-tank weapon. That is one of the support weapons within the Zambia Army. Your Excellency, following the 75mm anti-tank weapon is the guard of the Zambia Army Special Forces, also referred to as commandos. The commandos are being commanded by their officers within them, and we can see that the morale is very, very high. The commandos continue showing us their skills and capabilities. We've got those for karate, we've got the water divers amongst themselves. Your Excellency, the march past is being followed by troops from the Zambian Air Force.
Your Excellency, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, those were troops from the Zambia Army marching past and now approaching and being accompanied by the Zambia Air Force brass band. We have troops from the Zambia Air Force. The Zambia Air Force is the air operations element of the Zambia Defense Force following the creation of the Republic of Zambia in 1964. Northern Rhodesia Air Wing was renamed as the Zambia Air Wing, which lasted until 1968. The Zambia Air Force's primary role is to defend the nation the nation's territorial integrity against ZAF provides air transport support to other government departments and services. This also includes transportation of VIPs and VVIPs across the country and beyond the borders of Zambia.
Your Excellency, once again, if I may draw your attention to the eastern direction. We have another formation of two Air Force aircraft, namely the Caravan 20 and the Y 12 aircraft station.
That is the formation of the two Y-12s, and just marching past the saluting dais, we have squadron number 2, which is being commanded by Lieutenant Chanda. There are 5 squadrons in this march past. For the Zambia Air Force, squadron number 1 is being commanded by Captain Bimwansa. And now giving our Commander-in-Chief his salute, his well-deserved salute. Squadron number 4 being commanded by Lieutenant Chifafa.
Your Excellency, if I may draw your attention again to the sky for an elaborate formation of 6 SF-260 trainer aircraft.
And now, last but not the least, from the Zambia Air Force, we have our special forces, the paratroopers, just marching and just showing their thing. Is our special forces. We now hand over to Zambia.
Your Excellency, approaching now are your troops from the Zambia National Service. The service exists to train citizens to serve the Republic and to employ its members in tasks of national importance and in the service and the defense of the public. The ZNS troops are being laid by the ZNS brass band. The vision of the Zambia National Service is to develop a highly professional, responsive, agile and robust developmental force that has the ability to deliver results regardless of the circumstances. The troops marching past Your Excellency are on the strain of the battalion, and the battalion commander is Lieutenant Colonel I. Musopelo. The battalion has the following information. It has 4 companies being led by various company commanders. The first company is being led by Major R. Mulenga, who is gracefully representing the service women. She is being assisted by Captain W.C. Likando, Captain M. Sichongo, Captain A. Kalufulu as the platoon commanders. Bravo Company is being commanded by Major R.K. Muyenda, also a servicewoman, and she's being assisted by Lieutenant Cholam Sama, Captain Aaron Shilimbwa, Lieutenant Ignatius Muzumi as the platoon commanders. Charlie Company is being commanded by Major N.M. Sitali, who's being assisted by Lieutenant M. Chiluba, Captain B. Kunda, and Lieutenant C. Mujiwo. And last but not the least, Your Excellency, is Delta Company, being commanded by Captain C.N. Maseka, who's being assisted by Lieutenant Y. Piri, Captain A. Rusenge, and Lieutenant Siawanta.
Your Excellency, we shall now transition into the drive past of equipment from the 3 services again, starting with the Zambia Army, and then the Zambia Air Force, and the Zambia National Service. Right now in front of you, Your Excellency, is equipment from the Zambia Army Military Police. These are personnel that are trained and skilled for traffic control, for VVIP and VIP protection, as well as VVIP and VIP escorts.
Your Excellency, about to overfly the saluting dais at this time, coming once again from the eastern direction, is a 3 aircraft formation led by the MA-60, escorted by 2 L-15 fighter aircraft. correction, Your Excellency, 2 K-8 aircraft.
Your Excellency, the military police from the Zambia Army also maintain law and order, prevent and investigate crime within the Army, and operate confinement facilities. They also engage in combat and infantry when required. Your Excellency, approaching is now equipment from the Zambia Army Armored Corps. Now, the Armored Fighting Vehicles, or AFVs as we commonly refer to them, are armed combat vehicles protected by armor. With its combination of heavy guns, mobility and protection, armor provides mobile firepower support during operations for the Army to punch through the enemy's defense. They further combine operational mobility with offensive and defensive capabilities. Your Excellency, the vehicles approaching now are known as BRDM Mark II. The BRDM Mark II has a crew of 4 members, that is a driver, a co-driver, commander, and gunner. The armor on the vehicle protects fully against small arms fire and artillery shell splinters. It is intended to be used for fire support. Your Excellency, that is the BRDM Mark II that is driving past the saluting dais, and we may appreciate that. The armored equipment, the BRDM Mark II armored equipment is also amphibious. We continue to see the drive past of the BRDM Mark II belonging to the Zambia Army Armored Corps.
Your Excellency, once again approaching the saluting dais from the eastern direction is a formation of K-8 aircraft. The K-8 aircraft is a ground attack fighter trainer used in refining and preparing pilots for aerial combat. This aircraft is highly maneuverable, Your Excellency, and its lightweight makes it ideal for short-range ground attack operations.
Your Excellency, distinguished invited guests, approaching the saluting dais, still in our drive past, is equipment referred to as BTR-80. BTR-80 belongs to the Zambia Army Armored Corps. This is an armored personnel carrier, or APC for short. It is a wheeled amphibious combat vehicle designed to carry the infantry to the battlefield and also support them with fire and enable them to fire from inside the vehicle. The BTR-80 can also carry out reconnaissance, combat support, and patrol missions. It has a crew of 4. Your Excellency, we continue to look at the BTR-80 as part of the Zambia Army Armored Corps equipment. These are vehicles that are armored, and they provide mobility and protection to your troops when in the field or when on the battlefield. The BTR-80 belongs to the Zambia Army Armored Corps. Your Excellency, we continue to appreciate the armored equipment that is being displayed by the Zambia Army personnel from the Armored Corps. Your Excellency, the BTR-80 still driving past as we appreciate it. We'd like to thank our personnel that are showcasing this equipment. We thank them for the effort that they have put in as we continue to appreciate the BTR-80. that is still part of the same batch of equipment that is driving past Your Excellency. The BTR-80 is being followed by a wheeled armored vehicle, or WAV, WMZ-55. The wheeled armored vehicle, WMZ-55, is a wheeled armored personnel carrier, or APC in short. This personnel carrier is used in the Army. The wheeled armored vehicles generally combine operational mobility with offensive and defensive capabilities. The wheeled armored vehicles carry a section of infantry troops. Your Excellency, distinguished invited guests, each wheeled armored vehicle is able to carry a section of infantry personnel in it.
And now, Your Excellency, a formation of L-15 aircraft. The L-15 aircraft is a third-generation leading fighter jet and light combat aircraft, able to carry out both air-to-air and ground-to-air assault operations.
Your Excellency, we continue to appreciate the wheeled armored vehicle, or WAV, WMZ-55, as it is being displayed. This is part of the equipment from the Zambia Army Armored Corps. And on it, we have personnel that operate the very equipment that is being displayed. The wheeled armored vehicle, or WAV, WMZ-55, is being followed by more equipment by the Zambia Army. Following, Your Excellency, is equipment that we call the Ratel. Now, the Ratel is an infantry fighting vehicle, and that is the equipment that is approaching, about to bypass the saluting dais, Your Excellency. The Ratel was the first wheeled infantry vehicle to enter service worldwide, and it was built on a modified man-truck chassis. The Ratel was designed to provide strategic mobility to mechanized infantry units accustomed to operating independently across vast distances. The Ratel carries a section of infantry troops. Your Excellency, may we just appreciate the equipment, and that is known as the Ratel, that is able to carry a section of infantry troops. The Ratel is being followed by equipment known as Tigers. The Tigers are just about to bypass the saluting dais, Your Excellency. The Tigers belong to the special forces of the Zambia Army, or the commandos, as we commonly call them. The Tiger is an armored personnel carrier. The armored personnel carrier configuration is designed to transport troops to the battlefield with enhanced armor protection. The Tiger is a multi-purpose, all-terrain infantry mobility vehicle. It can also be configured for various roles such as command post, law enforcement, riot control, and ambulance. The Tiger carries a section of special forces, and the troops that are there are the special forces. Your Excellency, the Tiger is being followed by equipment from the Zambia Army Marines. The Marines, we might as well refer to them as water people, because their life is on water. Now, that boat is a patrol maritime boat as well as an interceptor. It is 800 horsepower, and mounted on it is a rubber boat Mark II of 60 horsepower. That is very powerful and very effective for all interception and patrol operations. Following the marine boat is equipment from the Zambia Army Armored Corps known as PT-76.
And now, Your Excellency, draw your attention once again to the eastern loosely translated to 400 kilometers per hour.
Forging operation. Its chassis served as the basis for a number of other vehicle designs. The PT minimal resistance when the tank is afloat. The PT-76 is being followed by the T-59. The T-59 is one of the most versatile and feared, if not respected, tanks on the battlefield.
Your Excellency, once again, even before the aircraft comes into full view, we have the sound of war. The three aircraft formation about to overfly, comprising of an AB-205 helicopter, a Z9 helicopter, and an AB-412 helicopter. The AB-205, having served a long and distinguished military career, is one of the most notable and remarkable
workshop which supports all the armored vehicles when in the field. We shall now transition to equipment from the Zambia Army Artillery Corps. Now, artillery is classified into two, that is field artillery and air defense artillery. The equipment that is driving past Your Excellency is from the field artillery. The first one is the 85mm anti-tank gun, whose purpose is to destroy tanks. Field artillery has a primary function, which is to establish such fire supremacy on the battlefield such that the enemy can neither interfere with our operations nor develop his own effectively. The 85mm anti-tank gun is being followed by 120mm mortar told. The purpose of the 120mm mortar is to engage targets behind crest or hills.
Your Excellency, once again, another testament to the strength and the might of Zambia's air power, another three aircraft formation of helicopters led by the Alpha Whiskey 139 helicopter. The Alpha Whiskey 139 helicopter, Your Excellency, is able to cruise at 150 knots, or indeed 300 kilometers per hour. And for the purposes of today, we'll be flying past the saluting dives at an elevation of not less than 300 feet above the ground. The Outpost 139, Your Excellency, is able to boast of sophisticated electronic and navigational equipment, making it highly effective as a VVIP and VIP transportation aircraft.
Your Excellency, still showcasing equipment from the Zambia Army Field Artillery. There's more equipment that is driving past. Approaching Your Excellency is equipment that is known as 122mm howitzer. The purpose of the 122 howitzer is to destroy enemy manpower and weapons. At the end of the day, they aim for destruction. Your Excellency, that equipment is 122mm D30 gun howitzer. The purpose is to destroy and neutralize enemy manpower and equipment. The 122mm D30 gun howitzer is being followed by 120mm Spear self-propelled mortar. The 120mm Spear self-propelled mortar has a purpose to engage targets behind crests or hills. That is still part of the Zambia Army Field Artillery equipment. Field Artillery has three primary functions. I beg your pardon, they have three primary roles. That is close support, general support, and locating.
And once again, Your Excellency, above us in the sky is two aircraft formation, boasting of a White Hawk and a Caravan 208. The White Hawk aircraft, Your Excellency, is specifically designed for landing in rugged and unprepared surfaces and enables the Zambia Air Force and indeed the Defense Forces to have reached beyond where regular aircraft may reach.
Your Excellency, driving past now is equipment known as 122mm multi-barrel BM-21 rocket launchers. The 122mm multi-barrel BM-21 rocket launchers have a purpose to annihilate enemy manpower and equipment. They are multi-barrel and very effective for all field artillery operations. That is the equipment that is driving past Your Excellency. The 122 BM multi-barrel rocket launchers are being followed by 130mm Automated Operation System, or ATMOS, M46 guns. 130mm Automated Operation System, M46 guns have a purpose to destroy the enemy. They aim for total destruction, and that is the ATMOS M46 that is driving past Your Excellency. Within the artillery corps, there's also the air defense artillery. Now, the Zambia Army Air Defense Artillery is designed to nullify and reduce the effectiveness of attack by hostile aircraft or guided missiles after they are airborne. The primary role of air defense artillery is to provide point air defense protection of vulnerable points and vulnerable areas against enemy aircraft or aerial targets. From the Zambia Army Air Defense Artillery, we still continue to look at our equipment. This is still the ATMOS M46 that is driving past.
Once again, Your Excellency, another stunning formation of 06 SF-260 aircraft. May I hasten to mention, Your Excellency, that the training and dedication that's required in order to fly aircraft in such a neat and well-organized formation is difficult to attain. However, our pilots are able.
From the Air Defense Artillery, the equipment that is driving past Your Excellency is the 23mm anti-aircraft guns. The 23mm anti-aircraft guns can engage enemy low-flying aircraft. It is designed for anti-aircraft defense and can also be used against light armored vehicles. Furthermore, in clear weather with sufficient light, it can be used against concentration of forces. That is the 23mm anti-aircraft guns from the Zambia Army Air Defense Artillery. We continue to appreciate the equipment as it is driving past Your Excellency and all distinguished invited guests. That is still the 23mm anti-aircraft guns that is being showcased by personnel from the Zambia Army Air Defense Artillery Corps. It is still driving past slowly so that we appreciate each and every piece that is being showcased. The 23mm anti-aircraft guns continue to drive past, still as part of equipment from the Zambia Army. That is still the 23mm anti-aircraft. Your Excellency, the 23mm anti-aircraft gun, or rather guns, are being followed by more equipment from the Air Defense Artillery. Your Excellency, that equipment is 40/70mm anti-aircraft gun, also referred to as the BOFA. The BOFA can engage enemy flying aircraft up to a very long distance. The BOFA was one of the most popular medium-weight anti-aircraft systems during World War II, and it saw action in the Persian Gulf War. Your Excellency, driving past now is the Shilka gun mount. Very fierce, very effective for the Army operations. The Shilka is a self-propelled anti-aircraft gun mount which can engage. They are being led by the commander's rover. Mounted on the vehicles are trailers which are state-of-the-art followed by UAVs or unmanned aerial vehicles as part of Zambia Army use other utility vehicles that support the fighters. These utility vehicles are from within the Zambia Army. Driving past right now are motorbikes which are also used for anti-poaching. They are very effective when in the field, and the personnel that are riding them are skilled in order to conduct such operations. Following the motorbike, Your Excellency, are troop-carrying vehicles. Behind the TCV, are more utility vehicles, and the one approaching is referred to as the rail bus. Water. To ensure that your men and women in uniform have got clean water being supplied to them when in the field and whenever they are required to. Very helpful to the men and women, and they have within them such departments as outpatient departments, theater, and dental. And the mobile hospital is able to carry its own sterilized water so that they sterilize the equipment and also connect to dental department when need be. And the mobile hospital is able to carry its own sterilized water so that they sterilize the equipment and also connect to dental department when need be. The mobile hospitals are being followed by constructive cranes. These cranes, being part of utility vehicles, help in moving any heavy equipment and materials up to a total ton of 25. They are very effective. Also in the Zambia Army, we have got fire tenders, which are operated by your men and women in uniform. These fire tenders are used for fire and rescue operations within the Army and outside when called upon. Your Excellency, I will now be followed by Major Mandanji for further commentaries from the Zambia Air Force. I thank you.
Your Excellency, the Zambia Air Force, among the many primary and secondary roles, is mandated to defend the nation's territorial integrity against enemy aerial attack, safeguarding the Zambian airspace, and to celebrate the Zambia Defense Force Day, Your Excellency, the Zambia Air Force is showcasing its mighty air power with its air and ground assets. Approaching the saluting dais at this time, Your Excellency, is the Zambia Air Force complement of Provost vehicles. Your Excellency, the Provost, or otherwise known as military police, are charged with the responsibility of policing solely within the armed forces. The Provost, Your Excellency, also play a vital role in providing VVIP and indeed VIP security and escort. Following just closely behind the Provost team is the Special VIP Protection Team. The VIP protection personnel are a highly trained and specialized team put in place to provide close personal security for VVIPs and VIPs. VIP protection personnel are also known as close protection operators, or indeed CPOs. Coming up next, Your Excellency, helicopter has proved troop carriers. The Ural troop, the truck, Your Excellency, is a general purpose on and off-road six-by-six wheeler truck. This vehicle was developed in 1977 and is still in production today. As you can observe, Your Excellency, the Euro truck has a rugged wheel arrangement, making it ideal for transporting troops, cargo, and trailers on all forms of terrain and in and between theaters of war. As you can see, Your Excellency, the Euro troop carriers are so versatile in their applications. At the same time as the Euro truck is passing the saluting dais, up in the sky, we have another elaborate formation boasting of 03 helicopters, among these helicopters, Your Excellency, is the AB-412 helicopter and the Z9 helicopter. In the Zambia Air Force, Your Excellency, the Z9 helicopter has proved indispensable in VVIP and VIP movement. Due to its versatility, the Z9 and the AB-412 helicopters are able to land in almost anywhere in our beautiful country. Their diverse capabilities make them very useful. I'm passing the saluting dais at this very time, Your Excellency, is the HS-404 Hispano Suiza 20mm anti-aircraft and anti-tank gun. These guns are mounted once again on the Euro 4320 troop carrier. Now passing the saluting dais, Your Excellency, is the Tiger armored vehicle. The Tiger armored vehicles is armor-plated and boasts of a robust and steady vehicle. These vehicles can be operated by up to 09 personnel and is used generally for reconnaissance, surveillance, patrolling, carrying personnel, and indeed guarding high-priority facilities. Mounted on the Tiger, Your Excellency, is a full complement of weapons, including but not limited to the 7.62mm machine gun, the 12mm heavy machine gun, and a 30mm grenade launcher, making it a formidable challenge against any enemy threat. Closely behind the Tiger vehicle, Your Excellency, the Rapier. The Rapier surface-to-air missile system is being towed by the Musketeer light armored vehicles. The Rapier surface-to-air missile and anti-aircraft defense system is designed to provide ground-based area and ground-based defense against low-level aerial targets. It is armed with 4 missiles per launcher and combined in a dual guidance system to create a highly effective defense mechanism. The Rapier missile system, Your Excellency, once again, is mounted on the Euro 4320 vehicle. Approaching the saluting dais now, Your Excellency, is the Tiger Cat surface-to-air missile system. The Tiger Cat surface-to-air missile system is designed to provide ground-based aerial air defense against very low-level aerial targets. Last, Your Excellency, but certainly not the least, is the complement of the Pechora missile defense system. The Pechora missile, Your Excellency, is a 2-stage guided missile and provides air defense to vital strategic and tactical installations against low, medium, and long-range aerial targets. Your Excellency, the Pechora missile system has an accuracy and destruction probability of 99.9%, almost guaranteeing a kill once the system is locked on target. The Pechora missile system, Your Excellency, is also capable of engaging ground or water-based targets which are radar detectable. The entire assembly of the Pechora missile system, Your Excellency, is mounted on a reliable and steady multi-purpose ZIL truck. Following closely behind our complement of Pechora missiles and bypassing the saluting dais at this moment, sir, is our multi-purpose crane and tow motor. Now, in front of the saluting dais, Your Excellency, is the Hermes Unmanned Aerial Vehicle, or UAV. The Elbit Hermes 450 is a medium-sized multi-payload unmanned aerial vehicle designed for tactical long-range endurance missions. This drone, Your Excellency, has an endurance of over 20 hours with a primary mission of reconnaissance, surveillance, and communications relay. As part of the full complement of the Hermes is the control center. Now bypassing this the saluting guys, Your Excellency, is the UAV ground equipment, which is designed to enable the full briefing. Passing the dais at this moment, Your Excellency, is a complement of the fuel bowsers, which enable the Air Force to be able to position fuel tactically and strategically where it may be required during ground operations. The fuel tanks are followed by fire tenders. As you may very well know, Your Excellency, being a system that operates fuels and aircraft, fire is a constant and existing hazard, and therefore a fully functional and operational fire protection service is mandatory. Approaching the saluting dais this time, Your Excellency, is the Zambia Air Force complement of heavy lift cranes. This equipment, Your Excellency, has proved invaluable in the movement and repositioning of heavy equipment, and it has a capability of up to 25 tons. As you may have already observed,
to have a bumper harvest, and that is where the combined harvester comes in to combine harvesting processes so that we can have clean grain. Behold the combined harvester. It is used to harvest crops such as wheat, maize, and soybean. And because we've used this effective machinery, behind we can see the harvested crops mounted on a truck.
Roads and terrain. In a situation, Your Excellency, where the command element requires to be on ground in the theater of war,
on a truck. Rural areas, because of the formation of these feeder roads. Driving past right now is a bulldozer which is employed as a bush clearing equipment and road for road alignment. Approaching the saluting dais right now is the motor grader, which is used for preparation of road final layer and the laying of gravel. We continue to marvel at the splendor of the motor grader. Your Excellency, approaching the saluting dash right now are excavators, which are used for digging trenches, breaking rocks, lifting and loading materials and waste, and leveling of work areas. Once the work areas are leveled, we employ the services of the tipper. And what is approaching the saluting dash right now is a 40-ton tipper used in the haulage of construction materials. The tippers are basically used for carrying road construction materials to the construction site. After the construction material is dumped on site, we employ the work of the water bowsers. Those are the vehicles that are approaching the saluting dais. Approaching the saluting dash right now are concrete mixers. These are used to combine or mix cement with various aggregates such as sand, stones with water. These are employed when the road is being upgraded to a tarred road. We continue to marvel at the splendor of the concrete mixers. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, approaching the saluting dash right now are compactors. These are used to increase the density of the soil by removing weights. The compactors are followed by asphalt spreaders. These are used for the transportation of asphalt, which is commonly known as tar, or in once the construction of the road is complete, the pavers come in to pave road and to lay asphalt on bridges, parking lots, and such other areas. There are to provide minor compaction before And approaching the saluting dais are troop carriers. We have a variety and a number of them. The troop carriers are convertibles, which are used for transportation of troops, but also equipment and administrative materials to designated destinations. These are 4x4 Ural troop carriers. We have more troop carriers approaching, Your Excellency. The motto of the Zambia National Service is sweat and blood for motherland. This means that the service is ready to work hard to achieve results and ready to shed blood to defend the nation. The troop carriers are followed by fuel bowsers. These are used for the transportation of fuel to designated areas, to vehicles that are in a convoy, and those that are in the field. Those are fuel bowsers of the Zambia National Service. Another role of the Zambia National Service is to mitigate and avert the effects of a disaster. Approaching the saluting dais right now are fire tenders. In case of a fire, these are used for rescue operations, and they have a foam tank of 5,000 liters and a water tank of 7,500 liters with 50 meters per second discharge power. Are followed by mobile workshops. The mobile workshops are vehicles that are fully equipped to provide service and maintenance tools for machinery and vehicles that are deployed in the field. And behind is the ambulance, which is used for evacuation of troops from forward-edge battle area to where they can receive medical attention. They are also used to service the community. Behind the ambulance is a recovery truck, which is used to tow broken down vehicles to where the vehicle can be repaired or scrapped. And the recovery truck is followed by an Iveco bus, which is used for the transportation of troops. And lastly, but certainly not the least, a provost vehicle. Thank you, sir.
Your Excellency, those were your troops, various equipment, as well as aircraft on the Defense Force inventory. Your Excellency, we were simply showcasing our capabilities as a defense force, even as we continue to preserve national and international peace and security with so much pride. That was some pomp and splendor, Your Excellency, and that is who we are, the Zambia Defense Force. Your Excellency, as you also observed, the morale amongst your troops was high, and as they marched past, and that was a sign of patriotism and loyalty that we continue to exhibit. And Your Excellency, we can only say thank you for your continued support to the Defense Force. Your Excellency, we do also take special recognize that you have been a champion of gender equality, and this has trickled down to the Defense Force as well, and this parade was gender balanced. We now move on to speeches, and I will now invite the Zambia Army Commander to come and give his welcome remarks. The Army Commander, sir.
Your Excellency, Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu, the President of the Republic of Zambia and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Force, Your Lordship, the Chief Justice, the Secretary General of the Patriotic Front, the Secretary to Cabinet, Dr. Simon Miti, who is also the Principal Private Secretary, Permanent Secretary, Minister of Defense, Permanent Secretaries present here this morning, the Commander, Zambia Air Force, in absentia, the Commandant, being ably represented by the Deputy Commandant, Zambia National Service, the Inspector General of Zambia Police Service, Commissioner General Zambia Correctional Service, the Attorney General, and all senior government officials present here this morning, all the former service chiefs, deputy service chiefs, members of the diplomatic corps present here this morning, all senior Patriotic Front Party officials present, all general grade officers present, officers, the warrant officers, all soldiers, airmen, and servicemen on parade, ex-servicemen and women, distinguished invited guests, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, sir, it is indeed a great honor and privilege for me to warmly welcome you and all the invited guests to the 45th annual commemoration of the Defense Force Day. Allow me, Your Excellency, on behalf of my fellow defense chiefs, rank and file of the Defense Force, and indeed on my own behalf, to acknowledge this rare privilege of joining you and the rest of the citizens in paying tribute to the brave men and women, past and present, who have dedicated their lives to the defense of this great nation. Your Excellency, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, Zambia as a sovereign nation is founded on values of unity and freedom. Therefore, this year's theme of preserving national peace and security through patriotism and loyalty captures the aspirations of every Zambian and sums up the foundation of our professionalism as a defense force. It further reflects our vision of being a professional, modern, and versatile defense force capable of preserving national and international peace and security. The guest of honor, sir, Defense Force Day is a day that has great significance for all of us that have been called to serve in the Defense Force. As a Defense Force, we are the custodians of national values and traditions through the annals of history, a charge we take very seriously. Therefore, this is the more reason why it is always gratifying to see this day commemorated in a manner that reaffirms its importance and acknowledges the sanctity that lies behind this monumental date. Indeed, we should never forget the cost and sacrifices made by our defense force for the freedoms that we all enjoy today. Today, we honor the memories of those that have served. We salute those gallant men and women who gave their today for our tomorrow, and reaffirm our commitment to the cause of peace and national unity. We owe them and their families a debt of gratitude that can never be repaid. It therefore gives me great satisfaction to inform you, Your Excellency, that the Defense Force does not rest on its laurels, but works continuously to modernize and develop its fighting capabilities. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, in addition to preserving the sovereignty and defending the territorial integrity of this nation, we continue to support operations in Africa under the auspices of the United Nations, the African Union, and Southern Africa Development Community. Currently, Your Excellency, we have troops deployed in Central African Republic in support of the peace effort, and I am proud, Your Excellency, to report that so far, your soldiers have performed exceptionally well. As Zambia Defense Force, we are indeed proud of our achievements in conflict resolution and peacemaking efforts on the entire continent. In addition, we are involved in disaster rescue missions, building bridges, reinforcing riverbanks from the effects of spillages, and road construction to improve the livelihood of our communities. Suffice to mention, Your Excellency, that the performance of your troops on these operations has been exemplary and has earned the country accolades and the confidence of the local and international community. We believe that by working together in discipline and faith, our ideals of freedom will always prevail. Furthermore, Your Excellency, the Defense Force has equally performed exceptionally well in protecting our international borders, which are vital to the security of the nation and maintenance of desirable peace. Your Excellency, allow me to state that under your government's developmental and modernization agenda, the Defense Force has not been left behind. It has benefited a lot through expansion of military infrastructure, establishment of new units, and procurement of state-of-the-art equipment and machinery. For this, we are very, very grateful, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, pursuant to achieving sustainable growth and economic transformation driven by agriculture, the Defense Force has embarked on various projects aimed at resource generation and self-sustenance. These ventures include crop production, cattle ranching, poultry, and aquaculture. The rationale behind these developments is to contribute to food security and invariably alleviate threats of the well-being of the Zambian people. Lastly, Your Excellency, I would like to thank you once more and extend gratitude to all distinguished guests for attending this memorable event. I further wish to commend all service personnel for their loyalty, discipline, and dedication to duty. In the same vein, I wish to assure you, Your Excellency, that as a Defense Force, we will not accept any actions by our personnel that violate the laws of our nation or rights of our citizens. Your Excellency, on behalf of my fellow defense chiefs, rank and file of the Defense Force, and indeed on my own behalf, we once again thank you most sincerely for your leadership as our Commander-in-Chief, and most importantly for your efforts to ensure that we modernize as a defense force. We can assure you, Your Excellency, that we now have the capability to preserve the sovereignty and defend the territorial integrity of our beloved country, Zambia. May the Lord continue to bless you, Your Excellency, as you continue to guide and provide leadership to our defense force. I thank you, Your Excellency, sir.
Thank you so much, the Zambia Army Commander, for those welcome remarks. And right now, I will now invite the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Defense, Dr. Felix Piri, to come and give his speech. He will in turn call upon His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zambia and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Force, to address his troops. The Permanent Secretary, sir.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zambia and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Force, Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu, the Secretary General of the Patriotic Front, Mr. Davis Mwila, the Honorable Deputy Chief Justice, Mr. Michael Musonda, the Secretary to the Cabinet, Dr. Simon Kamwendo Miti, the Attorney General, Mr. Likando Kalaluka, the Deputy Secretary to the Cabinet, Mr. Patrick Kangwa, the Permanent Secretaries present here, the Ambassadors and High Commissioners accredited to the Republic of Zambia, the Service Chiefs, the former Service Chiefs and former Deputy Service Chiefs, the Defense Attachés and Advisors, the heads of branches, senior officers, the officers, warrant officers, men and women, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, sir, at the onset, I wish to most sincerely welcome you to the Freedom Statue, where we are commemorating the Zambia Defense Force Day. We are very grateful, Your Excellency, that you have accepted to be with us as reviewing officer for this parade on this very important day on the Zambia military calendar. Your presence, Your Excellency, is testimony of the importance your government attaches to defense and security of our nation. Your Excellency, sir, this year's Defense Force Day is being commemorated under the theme, Preservation of National Peace and Security through Patriotism and Loyalty. In line with this theme, we are cognizant as a ministry that we are at the center of maintaining peace in our country. If the country has to experience peace, there must be peace in individual communities. It is therefore imperative that as a defense force, we are always alert to all the vices in our country that are aimed at disrupting the peace the country is enjoying. Your Excellency, sir, as a ministry, we want to pledge our total loyalty and commitment in achieving this theme. It is now my singular and privilege to invite Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zambia and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Force, Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu, to address the parade. Your Excellency, sir.
The Patriotic Front Secretary General, Mr. Davis Mwila, Secretary to the Cabinet, Dr. Simon Miti, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Defense, Dr. Piri, other permanent secretaries present, ambassadors and high commissioners accredited to the Republic of Zambia, Defense Force and Service Chiefs, former Defense Force Chiefs and former Deputy Service Chiefs, Defense Attachés and Advisors, heads of branches, senior officials, officers, warrant officers, members of the press, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure and honor to grace this occasion today when we are commemorating the 45th Defense Force Day, which is observed every year on 13th June. This year's Defense Force Day is being commemorated under the theme Preservation of National Peace and Security through Patriotism and Loyalty. The importance of this day cannot be overemphasized. As we commemorate this auspicious day, it is important for us to look back and this is critical, especially for the younger generation. This day was instituted following the unification of the Zambia Army, Zambia Air Force, and the Zambia National Service by the first Republican President, Dr. Kenneth David Kaunda, to form the Zambia National Defense Force on 13th June 1976. At a press conference on that day, Dr. Kaunda appointed Major General Kingsley Chinkuli as the first commander of the Zambia National Defense Force. Major General Chinkuli was the army commander then and was subsequently promoted to the rank of general, while Air Commodore Peter Dingiswayo Zuze, the Zambia Air Force commander then, was appointed Zambia National Defense Force Deputy Commander and promoted to the rank of Lieutenant General. Ladies and gentlemen, in the past, the Zambia Defense Force Day has been commemorated by way of sports competitions amongst the Defense Force wings. However, today, the event is unique as a military parade has been put up comprising a march pass, a drive pass of military vehicles and equipment, and fly pass by the Zambia Air Force. Ladies and gentlemen, as Commander-in-Chief, I'm extremely proud of the immense sacrifices that the Zambia Defense Force continues to make of preserving and defending our country's sovereignty and territorial integrity. I am equally happy that as Zambia Defense Force, you have continued to cooperate with other state organs and state institutions in fostering national development. Your contribution of troops to the United Nations and African Union missions cannot go unnoticed and is well appreciated. And this is because of your high discipline and professionalism which you exhibit wherever you are on these missions. Let me also commend the force for your positive response to my government's policy directive for you to engage in agricultural activities. It is gratifying to know that the Zambia Army and the Zambia Air Force are now complementing the Zambia National Service in promoting agriculture by growing maize, rearing broiler chickens, livestock rearing, and fish farming. My government remains committed to supporting the Defense Force in executing its military operations and other civilian roles effectively and efficiently. For us to achieve meaningful economic development, there is need for the Defense Force to actively participate in remodeling our country. Ladies and gentlemen, my government has embarked on the modernization of the Defense Force to bring it to the level of other modern defense forces. As such, my government will continue to support the growth of the Defense Force by acquiring modern equipment to ensure efficient and effective operations. I know some people question why we are busy spending money on acquiring equipment for the Army, the Air Force, and National Service, but this is intended to transform the country. As one statesman once said, if you want peace, prepare for war. The acquisition of this modern equipment is a long-term investment and at great cost to my government and the people of Zambia. Therefore, I expect you to take care of this equipment by ensuring high standards of maintenance and safety. My government's desire is for the Defense Force to continue fostering partnerships with other technologically advanced countries to achieve development in our civil military sectors. I therefore wish to encourage you to work with other nations with whom you can collaborate with bilaterally to explore the possibility of benefiting from various training programs. Let me assure you that my government will continue to promote inclusive growth through partnerships and joint operations. Ladies and gentlemen, my government is alive to the critical issues facing the Zambia Defense Force personnel. We remain resolute to improving the working and living conditions of our men and women in uniform. Going forward, my government will continue to support the Defense Force long-term infrastructure and human resource development programs. This also calls for the Defense Force to develop a futuristic approach in order to improve its current status quo. I also encourage you to continue fostering closer collaboration between my government and the Defense Force in our quest to drive the country's transformation into a more prosperous nation. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no doubt that our country has the most dedicated Zambia Defense Force personnel to national duty. The force has continued to give exemplary service to the country. Your unequaled conduct has remained above board. The unity within the Defense Force is indeed a reflection of our One Zambia, one nation motto. Your exemplary conduct to national duty cannot go unnoticed. As your Commander-in-Chief, I am proud of you. You have remained politically neutral throughout the various leadership our great nation has had. I urge you to continue being patriotic and loyal to the Constitution, the government of the day, and indeed the people of Zambia. You must always place national interest above self-interest. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish to conclude by congratulating all who participated in putting up such a parade with great pomp. Once again, let me acknowledge the exceptional service the Zambia Defense Force continues to render to this great nation, Zambia. You have not slackened in your national duty of fostering peace, unity, and development. You have continued with your unequaled and selfless service by ensuring the safety of our territory. May God Almighty bless the Zambia Defense Force and this great nation, Zambia. Happy Zambia Defense Force Day. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for those inspiring words and your guidance as our Commander-in-Chief. It gives us the zeal to continue pushing and working even harder. It is also our hope that the camaraderie that has existed among the services for the past 45 years will continue for the betterment of Mother Zambia. A round of applause once more for His Excellency. Your Excellency, we have now come to the investiture ceremony, and may I request that His Excellency alights from the...
No, it's okay. I'll take it over. I'll take it over.
I will hand over to the Office of the Vice President for this segment.
Investiture ceremony. This part of today's event, this is the investiture ceremony on the commemoration of the 45th Defense Force Day, will be guided by the Principal Private Secretary to the Republican President, who is also Secretary to Cabinet, Dr. Simon Kamwendo Miti, and the aide-de-camp to the Republican President, Mr. Chanda Chisanga. So I'll, at this point, invite somebody to help me just move this podium a bit to be in line with the other podium. Or move it myself.
Investiture Ceremony, 45th Defense Force Day celebrations, 13th June 2021, Freedom Statue, Lusaka.
To the Order of Distinguished Service, 1st Division, to be Grand Commanders of the Order of Distinguished Service.
To my trustee and well-beloved, William Maipambe Skazwe, David Michael Muma, Nathan Mulenga, Stali Dennis Alibuzwi, Benedict Takondwa Kalinda, Benson Miti. Greetings. I, Edgar Chagwalungu, President of the Sovereign Republic of Zambia and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces of the Republic of Zambia, having regard to your services, do by this warrant appoint you to be Grand Commanders of the Order of Distinguished Service, 1st Division, given under my hand at Lusaka this 13th day of June 2021. Edgar Chagwa Lungu, President.
William Maipambe Skazwe.
Whereby you have immensely contributed to the growth and well-being of Zambia Army and the security of the nation. Born on 21st December 1963 in Imbala, you were attested in the Zambia Army on the 21st January 1985 as an officer cadet, whereby you have distinguished yourself in various appointments and capacities, starting with the appointment of senior under officer right from the Zambia Military Academy up to your current rank and appointment as Zambia Army Commander, whereby after being commissioned on 11th July 1986, you have held various appointments from platoon commander through many ranks, duties, and assignments to the current position of Army Commander. You have attended many technical training, leadership, and management courses, too numerous to itemize. You have distinguished and demonstrated a lot of enthusiasm in ensuring that the Zambia Army is transformed into a professional, modern, and versatile army capable of preserving national and international peace and security. Whereby in 2020, as the Army Commander, you commanded the Zambia Army troops to conduct an operation called named Kupukula, an operation which was successful in ensuring the protection of the Zambian citizen along the common international boundary with the neighboring country, when the lives of these citizens were threatened. The Zambia Army is now battle-tested and ready. You single-handedly crafted the mission liquidation instructions, which the African mission in Sudan used to liquidate the African Union-led peacemaking operation in Sudan. Your efforts in ensuring that those who excel in the course of their military duties and recognize are commendable. Your loyal, distinguished service and bravery indeed deserve special commendation.
David Michael Muma.
Whereby you have rendered 32 years distinguished service and exceptionally outstanding contributions to the Republic of Zambia. Born on 25th April 1970 in Livingstone, you were attested in the Zambia Air Force in 1989 as a general duties pilot and commissioned as a second lieutenant in 1990. Whereby over the next 32 years, you diligently and actively distinguish yourself as a dedicated pilot and prove that you were able to be employed as a multi-role pilot. You are rated to fly 17 fixed and rotary wing aircraft. You have excelled on both rotary and fixed wing aircraft, and you are currently active as captain on the presidential G650 jet aircraft and AB-139 presidential aircraft. Whereby in 1996, 6 years after being commissioned at lieutenant rank, you were introduced to VIP duties. You have flown 5 of our Republican presidents, from the late President Dr. Frederick Chiluba, Dr. Levi Patrick Mwanawasa, Mr. Michael Sata, former President Mr. Rupia Banda, to the incumbent President, His Excellency Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu. Your brilliance as a VIP pilot was again rewarded in 2009 when you were seconded to Executive Airlines, making you the first and only Air Force officer to have been seconded for VVIP, VIP flying duties, whereby you are a holder of the Federal Aviation Administration Airline Transport Pilot's license for both fixed and rotary wing aircraft from the United States of America, whereby you have also hold a Zambia Civil Aviation Authority commercial pilot's license and airline transport pilot's license for both fixed and rotary wing aircraft. You have also done various aviation and management related courses, whereby in 2020, Zambia was invaded by foreign armed elements in the Chivanga region of Mpulungu district. You, as Air Force Commander, commanded the Zambia Air Force into battle, fighting together with Zambia Army Special Forces. You successfully ejected these foreign armed elements out of Zambia, thereby protecting our territorial integrity. The Zambia Air Force is now battle tested, whereby due to hard work and leadership qualities, you were promoted to the rank of Brigadier General at the age of 41. You were also promoted to the rank of Major General at the age of 44. You were further promoted to the rank of Lieutenant General at the age of 48, whereby you've held various appointments of significance in the Zambia Air Force. Your achievements in Zambia Air Force and distinguished service to nation are worthy of special recognition and commendation.
Nathan Mulenga.
whereby you have rendered distinguished leadership in the implementation of government policy of modernization of the Zambia National Service and infrastructure development and the structural expansion of the Zambia National Service. Born on 15th August 1956 in Mfulira, you were attested in the Zambia National Service on 1st October 1976. You were later commissioned to the rank of Second Lieutenant on 1st October 1979, rising through the ranks from Second Lieutenant to Lieutenant General with 45 years service record, whereby you have served in the Zambia National Service in various capacities. Other appointments include Provost Marshal, Commanding Officer, Zambia National Service Kafue Training School, Deputy Director Administration, Command Staff Officer to the Zambia National Service Commandant, Zambia National Service Head of Procurement at the Ministry of Defense, Zambia National Service Secretary at the Ministry of Defense, Zambia National Service Deputy Commandant and Chief of Staff. You are currently serving as Zambia National Service Commandant, whereby you have provided distinguished leadership to military operations. You have transformed the mindset of servicemen and women into a positive one beset with patriotism and loyalty, which has resulted in implementing the government projects in the following areas. In agriculture, installation of the first center pivot for wheat production in Rumezi, Mpika, and Mangango, and the Nyati tobacco farm. Infrastructure, construction of the intercity bus station in Livingstone, city market in Livingstone, Kaunda Square modern market, and currently refurbishing the Lusaka city market, which had been gutted by fire a few years ago. Anti-smuggling, the service has contributed to food security as well as stemming the loss of natural resources through the anti-smuggling action. Your service to Mother Zambia in leading and transforming the Zambia National Service deserves special commendation.
Sitali Dennis Alivuzu.
Whereby you have rendered 38 years of unbroken distinguished service and exceptional outstanding contribution to Zambia Army and the Republic of Zambia. Born on 4th August 1963 in Sesheke district, you joined the Zambia Army on 19th August 1983 and attested in the Zambia Army on 19th August 1983 as an officer cadet, whereby after being commissioned on 23rd November 1984, you have held key appointments too numerous to itemize. A trainer and a professional career officer, you discovered your instruction abilities as far back as 1994 when you trained recruits, intake 2794, when you saved the life of recruit Mukupa from a grenade explosion, whereby when you were Commandant, Defense Services Command and Staff College and Military Training Establishment of Zambia, you ensured that military knowledge and skills were correctly imparted in their students, hence positively contributing to the professionalism of the Zambia Defense Force and other security wings. Whereby during your deployment on peace support operations in Angola, the Darfur, Ethiopia, and Eritrea, you played a key lead role in peace process in those countries. As Deputy Army Commander and Chief of Staff, you led officers and soldiers in the planning and executing Operation Kupulula, the operation whose aim was to safeguard the lives of the Zambian citizens living along the common boundary between Zambia and the neighboring country. In the sports circles, you served in Football Association of Zambia for 3 years as a member of the Premier League and Fixtures Committee. And during the last Confederation of African Football CAF competition in Egypt, you served as commissioner under the Safety and Security Commission. During the Army Game Track and Field competitions held in Flera in 2004, participating as a major, you broke the records of the Zambia and Zone 6 champions in the 200 meters, long jump and triple jump, making you an uncelebrated champion, but you led by example. Your service to Mother Zambia in all instances and assignments deserves special commendation.
Benedict Takondwa Kalinda.
Whereby you have dedicated over 32 years of service to Zambia Air Force and have diligently distinguished yourself as a pilot. Born on 8th April 1969 in Lusaka, Zambia, whereby you were attested in the Zambia Air Force in 1989 as General Duties Pilot and commissioned to the rank of Second Lieutenant in 1990. Your hard work, dedication to duty and commitment to excellence have been essential to overall success of the flying effort in the Zambia Air Force in general. Your professional and exemplary service in keeping with finest traditions of military aviation service reflect great credit upon yourself and the Zambia Air Force, whereby you've held a number of appointments in the Zambia Air Force, including Chief of Audit and Inspection, Vice Chief of Operation, Director Foreign Training, Director Flight Safety and Commanding Officer number 22, Squadron, and now Deputy Air Force Commander and Chief of Staff. You have undertaken many military courses during your service career.
the 45th Defense Force Day being commemorated here at the Freedom Statue, and we're just about to wrap up, but I'm still with Major Moyo. What do you make of this event in terms of its significance to you, the men and women in uniform?
Yeah, this is a very important and significant date for all of us, especially for the young soldiers who may not understand the background of it. At least now they are able to relate what happened some time back on 13th June 1976. Now they are able to understand clearly what happened and the significance of this date. It's a very important date on the Defense Force calendar. And as I said earlier on, we've been celebrating this in isolation, but we've decided to celebrate it this way. And I'm very sure the Zambian people have enjoyed watching. They have a defense force they can rely on for the protection of this country. It is in the safe hands.
All right. I want to thank you very much for giving us time, and wish you the best. And once again, happy 45th Defense Force Day to you and the rest of the men and women in uniform. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'm so grateful on behalf of the Defense Force. We are so happy that we have the support of the Zambian people.
All right. So thank you very much for watching. This has been a live broadcast of the 45th Defense Force Day, coming to you live from the Freedom Statue.
I'm so glad that you watched this video onto Davi-tech-media. Remember, if you are joining me for the first time, don't forget to click subscription button and hit that notification bell to be the very first person to receive the video that will be posted and produced by Davi-tech-media. Remember, Davi-tech-media, updating you